a mask. Right now, you're doing this.
Yeah.
Disagree with you.
Then who's the real me?
Listen. Oh, I can just ask your husband. He'll tell you when you mad. Yeah. That's what you do, and that's who the fuck you is. And you want to sit here and act like that's not who the fuck you. Shut the fuck up talking when I'm talking. Don't you fucking talk again. Why the fuck are you talking?
No.
Why are you talking?
Because
Shut the fuck up.
Are you guys tag teamed Maggie, and she still won the debate hands down because she was able to remain composed?
I understand that.
Everybody can show you point of view.
Please don't shout.
Right?
Hello guys, and welcome to Ellie React. I am Ellie, and you can just tell from that introduction that this is going to be unhinged. If you're new, over here we react to absolutely everything. And before we watch that video, I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite authors, Charles Duhigg, his new book, Super Communication. And this is very fitting because we are about to witness what happens when words and communication fails you. So guys, just sit back, get your popcorn. Let's get to this debate.
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much. First ladies on the show, on the 1 on 10 series.
Oh, really?
Thank you
Okay.
for coming, being brave.
Awesome.
You wanted to do the first prompt?
I did.
Okay. The prison planet one?
I did.
Are you cool with that?
Oh yeah, I'll do
Okay.
it all. And then I wanted to talk about Jesus being the serpent in the Garden of Genesis.
Yeah, bring
3.
that up.
Okay.
Go ahead and start it off.
So the first prompt is that Earth is a prison planet. And I
Yeah,
disagree
and you
with
disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you disagree with that?
Well, I've never been to prison, but
Yeah. Could you speak louder too?
Yes, absolutely. So I've never been to prison, but as I understand, you must be sentenced for a crime. So I would want to know, if this is a prison planet, what is the crime that we're sent here?
Well, like Anka explained it, it's not always that you're having a crime, but you do know that the Bible, because you're a Christian, right?
I am.
The Bible tells you that you're born in sin.
We are.
So to ask me what is the sin, you should already know. But I don't subscribe to that. Just if we're going to stick in the Bible says that you already are a sinner when you're born.
Yes, that's why we need
And the Bible tells you that.
This is just the beginning. I'm setting it up. Stay with me here. Don't get discouraged.
So you answer that question. What is your original sin?
Well, the original sin came from Adam, when Adam and Eve disobeyed God.
To be honest, I'm glad you brought that up because Adam and Eve never disobeyed God.
I understand that's what you think.
They
but
disobeyed Elohim. That was not God. That was a
Elohim.
council of
Okay.
gods or spirits.
And that's fair, and that's fine. You can call him whatever you want to call him.
So
but
you agreed that wasn't God?
I don't agree. What I'm saying,
so can you prove that wasn't God? Because I can't.
I can't prove it, and neither can you.
Oh yes, I can actually. In the Hebrew, Elohim is plural for gods. That means there's more than one. That leans toward my position that it is a council, not just one. So I prove it that way, and I can also prove that God isn't supposed to lie, but the Elohim did lie in Genesis 3. Actually, in the Genesis 3, they said, "Don't eat the fruit, and if you eat it, you'll die."
Right.
Adam and Eve didn't die when they ate it. So God can't lie. So
They
that
didn't
couldn't have
die
been God.
immediately, but they did die eventually.
So do you know in the scripture that it actually says, in the day you eat it, in the moment you eat it? Do I need that too?
No, I
No,
think your
I-
voice is loud enough.
My voice, I'm an orator. So loud, you could use that.
You
But
catch
anyway, the Bible says, when you eat it, in the moment you eat it, that's the scripture, you will die. Not later. It doesn't say, Christians have been taught that. So you can understand and cope with the lie that's been told to you, that the serpent is evil. So it says you'll die immediately. And at the end of that chapter, the Elohim turn to each other. You know what they say?
No.
Oh, wow, they ate it. Now they're going to be like us. Wait, I thought you said they were going to die. Now they're going to be like you gods. So really, you just told them you didn't want them to eat it because you didn't want them to be gods.
Well, I believe that God created us in his image, and he said when he created male and female, it was to reflect him. We can debate this all day. I don't think you can prove it, nor can I prove it, because neither of us were there, and that's why it's
Well,
called...
wait a minute. I
wasn't
thought you
finished.
believed in the Bible.
I do. May I finish?
Sure.
Okay. That's why it's called faith. And I had the same questions when I was coming up. If we had all of the answers, we wouldn't need to believe. All of us choose what our faith is. I do believe in the Bible. I do have questions about the Bible. I respect that there were faiths before Jesus came, but for me and for my house and for what works for me.
When you're trying to debate niche ideas or beliefs that you don't really understand completely, sometimes you are going, especially when you're debating someone who understands what they're saying. Like, I've never heard of Elohim or this prison planet or this theory at all. And if you're debating someone who knows the intricacies of these things and you have no idea, you're really going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time. But I kind of agree with her in that we don't know. We just have to have faith, but we don't know, you know?
I believe to follow Christ. Yes, there are discrepancies. Yes, there are things that are painful to read, especially in the Old Testament, but it doesn't mean that for me, it's not true.
Okay, well, you went into a lot of your beliefs,
but that's what faith is.
Yeah, I don't want to go into faith. I want to talk about the Bible.
I'm not a Bible scholar.
Okay, then you agree that the Elohim were not God.
I swear, I think I've read the Bible. No, I know I've read the Bible. I have never met this old Elohim person, I swear. And I agree with Maggie. She's not a Bible scholar. If you do not know about like this very niche idea, what she's talking about, what Napa is talking about, I think you're going to have a very hard time debating her.
I never said that.
Okay,
I said I believe in the God of the Bible. I understand that you have facts that you really want to prove, but we could do this all day and all night. For me, the life that we are given, the time that we are here on this earth, is to make it better, to use the gifts and talents that we were given. Whatever you believe is to leave this place better than you found it. For me, I promote marriage and family, and I think that's what's a priority. I believe God told us to go forth and multiply and to take dominion of the earth and to use the resources that he's given us to make it better. So you can spend your life debating biblical facts, and that's totally fine. I choose to do otherwise.
Okay, well, I'm here to actually debate and tell the truth. So let me get back to the prison planet thing.
Tell the truth.
You, on one hand, say you don't think it's a prison planet, right? Because you said you need a sentence to get into prison.
As I understand it, when you go to prison, you are convicted of a crime and you are sending of your time.
Original sin.
Yes, the original sin. But when God first created the earth and he created Adam and Eve and humans, he said it was beautiful and he was pleased with his creation. After our choice of sin, then we now have the sin and the consequences that come from that. But we were not born with sin.
So you don't agree with the Bible?
I do agree with the Bible. Yes, I have questions about certain things, but I don't believe that I don't believe the earth is a prison. I believe that the life that we have and the earth is what you make of it. You can choose to live a miserable life. You can be in prison in your mind. I choose to look at the blessings that we have, the bountiful goodness that we have, the forgiveness that we have, the grace that we have, the beauty all around us. I really think it's up to you to decide, and that's what I choose.
Do you think atheists don't look at the beauty?
I really feel like Napa is maybe even not listening to her. She just has this idea of how she wants this debate to look like, what she wants to really discuss. And I can feel she's getting frustrated because she's not really getting that debate spirit, debate energy that she's looking for.
I think atheists don't look at the beauty and look at
No,
that?
absolutely. As far as I know, and I'm not
So it's not exclusive to Christians?
Absolutely not. And I said that. I know that there are several faiths that came before Jesus was here, and I respect everybody else's faith. As I understand it, and I'm not a religious scholar, but atheists don't believe in the God of the Bible. But you can look at the majesty all around you. You can look at the ocean. You can look at the mountains. You can look at a beautiful flower, colors, and you can appreciate that beauty.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, this isn't really, if you don't debate and you're telling me about all these beautiful things, maybe you're not the person I should be talking to, because I want to speak to someone who actually would be able to dispute the information that I'm presenting. You're not really disputing anything that I'm saying.
I'm not trying to convince you. That's why it's faith.
That's great.
It's a choice.
I love you for that. I would like to speak to someone who wants to dispute the facts that I'm bringing out. If there's anybody else who could
do you want to make a final statement?
Yeah, my final statement is that I believe in the God of the Bible. I am a Christian. It is a choice. It is faith. We don't have all the answers, but I believe in promoting marriage and family, and that's why I'm here. And I believe that's what we're supposed to do.
That's awesome. Is there any Christian here that believes that Jesus is not the serpent in the garden of Genesis 3? Well,
Jesus is not the serpent in the Jesus is not
that Jesus is not the serpent in the garden of Genesis 3.
What?
See, like if you've never heard of this, you're gonna have a very hard time debating her.
You're not debating me though. You're being super sweet and like telling me about your feelings about babies and puppies. I want to talk to someone about who will say, yeah, Jesus, because do you know Jesus? I wanted to talk about Jesus being the serpent in the garden.
We can have the conversation, but
did Christ lie?
I literally have never had that.
no, the word says that Christ was sinless, and that is why he took on our sins. If you believe, I understand that you don't.
I do believe, actually I do. I
Okay.
believe that Jesus is the serpent in the garden. I believe that Jesus is the historicity of Christ. But I know that there are lies being told.
Actually, where is
to
that
you,
written in the Bible?
so
Which
you
Bible
can
is this?
Believe otherwise. Why would a serpent be evil? How can a serpent even talk?
I believe in the polarity. For good, there's evil. For up, there's down. For bad, there's good. All right. I don't believe that Jesus is the serpent. The serpent is Satan. Maybe it's a representation. Maybe it's not Satan incarnate, but it is a representation of evil to tempt the woman who then disobeyed God. I do believe that that actually happened.
Let me explain. Let
I'm
me
sorry?
explain this to you.
You can't disobey God. You divine energy, divine feminine.
I disagree.
You can't disobey anything. You are beautiful, right?
Well, thank you.
As a whole.
I'm not
Like,
perfect.
you existed. Listen,
Guys, clock it. Clock the time I will call him the character, enters the chat. Because, this is going to be a bumpy ride.
Perfect.
you existed. Listen, this is how you popped up. It was God, right? And God was a masculine energy. Feminine existed. Energy just existed just because God was there. You was always there. You are the wisdom, right? You are the light of the world. Everything comes from you. But this one thing they did with history, they removed you. Right now, everybody that was taught, everybody watching this right now was taught by a woman, right? But in every book, it's a man that's doing the teaching and the telling. So you're defending man history. She's trying to tell you about yours, right? Because what's inside of you is something way more special than that story, right? They even track origins around. They do it the wrong way because they track it by men, but men have put you in prison. They have gave you their name because to track true origins, they got to track it from a woman. Because if I have sex with a woman, you don't know if that's my baby, but you know that baby came from that woman.
I
right?
disagree with
You
you.
know the baby came from a woman. If you have a baby right now.
Yes, I
you
have
know
two
for a fact
sons.
it came from you.
That is true. But
It
what
came
if
from
I
you.
choose to give my name to my husband?
Listen, but we know the baby. I'm telling you about how they track things. We know for a fact it came from you. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
they track back origins right now from the woman DNA, not the man.
I understand that. However, I am pro-masculine and feminine. I don't believe that women are better.
Of course,
I
because you woman. That's the connection of both, right? That's the connection of the masculine and the feminine.
Right.
That's the true essence of what we are.
He has a lot of words. He's using a lot of words. I still have no idea what he's trying to convey to her.
Yes, but you said that women are divine and we're perfect.
I said what we are.
I disagree.
I didn't just.
Do you disagree that women are divine and perfect?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think the only thing he's trying to tell her is that she is divine and she is amazing and everything comes from a woman, which he's right. All human beings come from women. But this is like me trying to make sense of all of the many ideas he's just throwing at her.
I
Why
disagree.
do you disagree that? But you think that Jesus is divine and perfect as a man.
I believe Jesus is divine and perfect because he was the Son of God, not because he was a man.
Do you know the woman was the first existence. The feminine was the first existence.
I disagree.
Okay, well, you're a woman.
Yes.
You disagree? Did Adam? Did it say in the Bible that Adam didn't have a belly button?
Women are not divine and perfect because women are human beings. Human beings are not divine and perfect. Jesus is divine and perfect if you're a Christian because he is the Son of God. It's the God part that is divine and perfect. And I don't think it's actually very healthy to tell women or for women to believe that they're divine and perfect because what happens when you make a mistake? What happens when you err? You know who believes that they're divine and perfect? Cult leaders. Cult leaders are perfect humans.
Did Adam? Did it say in the Bible
Is
that
this-
Adam didn't
is
have a
the
belly button?
Elohim
I don't think that's in the
creation
Bible.
or-
Did it say it? Did it say it?
It did not say
Okay,
that.
wait, if it didn't say that, then just how you know that Adam came from a woman, because everything came from a woman, got a belly button.
I disagree.
And listen, you agree with everything? Everybody that right now that came here can show you one of these.
I understand that.
Everybody can show you one of these.
Please don't shout.
Right?
I understand how.
Of course, when words fail you, nudity has now entered the debate.
However,
Right? Listen, everybody got one of those. So listen, so if Adam had one of those,
yes.
he came from woman. Everything came from you, and
I
you are
disagree.
beautiful.
Well,
Find
thank you.
one thing in his existence right now that we can see that didn't come out of woman.
Yes, women are
Anything in
beautiful.
nature.
Men are here to.
No, name one thing in nature, in history, right now that didn't come out of female. Name one thing here now.
Creation. This table.
No. Name one thing here now that didn't come out of female.
I'm not sure if I'm understanding
All
the
right,
question.
let me rephrase it.
There,
Name one
the microphone, the
baby born.
cameras.
Oh, well, of
that
course.
did, hold
weird
up.
thing you're
Name one
wearing
baby
on your
born
head.
that didn't come out of a woman.
Of course.
Okay, now name one animal that was born
Of
that didn't come
course.
out of a woman.
The
Hold
females-
up. So woman created
All
and brought
animals, all
everything
living things come
into this
from-
existence.
With the man's seed. If I may.
No, women could do it without a man's seed. Listen,
I disagree.
look, Jesus was born without a man's seed. And you
The
just say
Holy
believe it.
Oh my God! Teach us how this is doable. Like I'm telling you, it's very hard to understand what he is trying to say, other than women are like perfect and don't need men. I am just trying to understand what he's trying to mean.
Hold up. You say, hold up. The Holy Spirit was a man. The Holy Spirit was a man because it entered Mary.
Yes.
Right? Hold up. It entered Mary.
Yes.
Right? The entered means something. Right?
Yes.
I don't think you get it.
So this is now blasphemy territory. I didn't know that the Holy Spirit was a man.
Right? But you got to understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to take something away from you, but I'm telling you that you are everything. Nothing exists without you.
I think that's the problem that we have now, is telling women that they're everything. That's why we're
No, men ain't doing that. Men are telling women that everything based on attachments, based on they need them. I'm telling you so you can be free. I don't want to be
The
attached.
human race includes both men and female. There is nothing wrong with that. One gender cannot do without the other. Yeah.
When you leave here, I'm
That
not going to
makes
think of you
sense,
again.
I understand that, and I won't remember you. I don't even know who you are.
No, you do know. You're gonna say you don't know who I am right now. I guarantee you, my voice gonna be stuck with you
It's
forever,
very
and
hard.
I
I doubt
guarantee
that.
you invented my voice.
I didn't invent anything.
All right, close your eyes right now. Now I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna
Okay.
say, I love you. Right
No,
now,
you don't. You don't even know
I'm
me.
gonna say I love you. Right.
Okay.
Now hear that same thing I just said in your mind.
Of course, I can repeat
Can you hear
back.
it? Can you hear it
Yes,
in my
sir.
voice?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Listen. So, where did my voice come from? It came from you.
No,
Hold
God
up.
If you ask-
You just said you heard it in your own head, and everything exists in your head. Everything out here come from your head.
No,
so everything
you're
exists
wrong.
in you.
You're wrong.
Name one thing I heard that didn't come from your head.
Okay.
Name one thing I heard that wasn't a thought.
Would you like me
Name
to
one thing that isn't a thought.
Would you like me to answer?
Name one thing that's not a thought, and I'll be done.
Okay, this table.
Is it
this
one a thought? Is it
microphone-
one a thought?
It started as a thought.
Okay. So the thought is the cause of it all. Listen, and inside, let me tell you something else.
Okay.
Listen, inside a thought,
Yeah.
that's where you find perfection, right? Because right now,
I
if you-
disagree.
let me tell-
People think imperfect things all the
Think
time.
about a circle in your mind. Think of a square in your mind. Think of a triangle in your mind. Think of building a building in your mind. Anything you think in your mind, you can do it perfectly.
You know, people have also very dark thoughts. People have very demonic, terrible thoughts in their heads. So you cannot say that everything that exists in the head is right. People have imaginary friends. People have imaginary boyfriends and girlfriends, and their spouses are perfect in their head. But that is not reality. Like, it's so hard to follow his thinking or what he is trying to say. In my country, this is what we would say stories are jabba. This is what it looks like to try and follow what a crackhead is thinking. It's so jumbled, jumping from here to here. Like,
Right?
Well-
Whoa. You can do it perfectly. Perfection exists inside of you, right? And so what I'm trying to tell you is that the moment you put it out here, it becomes a problem. But inside
But
of you,
it's-
perfection is
This is
right? And I
reality.
just wanna say that. I just wanna
If
say
everything
to
just
the woman
exists
that-
perfectly in your
Thank you
head,
for
and
you should
it doesn't make sense,
you
right?
should understand that.
I think that's interesting that you think I'm too sweet
Yeah.
and you don't want to be here.
I'm used to people who are not as nice and sweet as you.
I think
So
that's
you
a problem.
Threw me off. Good.
That is a
that's
good thing.
tactic.
If I may just respond to
Yeah.
what Mr. Unk said,
Mr. Unk.
as far as creation,
Unk.
I just
Alright.
want to say, because I believe in the Bible, and again, because it is a choice, and because it is faith, God created the first man and the first woman and the first of each species.
I just asked you, if God created the first man, did it have a belly button? If it had a belly button, then God didn't create it. It came out of woman.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't know
neither
if I
do
was
you.
scholar.
You
do know.
saw Adam's belly.
Listen, because that'd be something.
Is
that
this
they will
information
have to
in the
do.
Bible,
They'll be
guys?
saying
No,
that-
they
I'm saying
don't.
They describe what Jesus looked like. They describe everything else. That'll be
Did
something
Jesus
that
have
they
a belly
had
But
to
every
describe.
church that you go to has a
All right,
different representation of Jesus.
Well, science has got another thing happen. Did you know what happened to a baby? Right now, you're a woman, but
I am.
Did you know in about 4 weeks that what's inside your belly is actually a fish?
No, you're
No,
wrong.
the eyes is on the side of the head like this.
Well,
Listen to me. The eyes on the side of the head like this. Listen,
I understand what
it's
you're
inside
saying.
water, right?
I
Whoa,
understand.
whoa. It's inside of water, right?
But it's
And
not a fish.
Did you say
and
the size
and
of a
everything
fish?
on Earth right now started from a fish, but it was a jawless fish.
I
Listen,
disagree.
So this is
it was a
like the theory
jawless
of
fish.
evolution.
Everything started from a jawless fish.
We disagree.
Oh, how can we disagree? Even AI gonna say this shit right because this shit's the fucking truth, right? It's called.
Please
it's
don't swear at me.
science.
No, I understand.
It's science.
I understand in evolution.
Well, what we're talking about is okay. Actually, you're
Okay.
a very nice lady.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so-
I teach femininity.
Oh, you teach femininity?
I do.
How can you? Why do you have to teach femininity?
Because women have lost.
It's over. Okay, I want you to clock the time that femininity was there now brought into the chat.
Teach femininity.
You teach femininity?
I do.
How can you? Why do you have to teach femininity?
Because women have lost it today.
They lose it.
Because they're trying to compete with men as men.
So
And we've
you-
lost our
So
femininity.
you think femininity is just talking like this?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
That's
I
not me at
see.
all.
No. When you say that women have been fierce, you're African.
I
Do you know
am.
they're fierce African warrior women?
Absolutely, but they're
So-
still
so-
feminine.
Oh, she's a
How
fellow
are they
African.
feminine when they were slicing people's heads off, ripping them apart?
You know
'Cause
what?
You're saying you teach femininity.
I
I'm going
do.
to gamble and say that you
So, Napa, Maggie, the substitute teacher, has said she teaches femininity. And everything that was being debated before, the prison planet, Jesus is the serpent, Elohim, all of it has just been abandoned because of how much she got triggered by the idea that Maggie teaches femininity.
teach them not to do those things.
Well, people do what they have to do in the time that they live to survive. There was a time when we had to grow our own crops and slaughter our animals. We don't do that
So
anymore.
they don't have to survive today.
I didn't say that. What
Well,
I said that.
You said women lost it today.
I said women lost their femininity. Please don't speak for me.
Well, no, you said women lost their femininity today, and I said you're from Africa.
I
women
am.
were warriors.
Women
you said
were-
they had to do it back then.
Not
but
only-
today you said they don't have to do it now. They don't have to survive. Women.
What I said is we all did what we had to survive in the time
And they
that
don't
we
do
were
that
living.
today?
If I may
Women don't-
finish.
No, you can finish. I'm asking you, do they do it today?
Yes,
So you teach femininity.
I
You
do.
teach women that they should be sweet and kind or be warriors?
I teach women that they shouldn't be men.
Wait a minute. Do you teach them to be sweet and kind, or do you teach them to be warriors?
If you want to
If
be,
a woman fights a man,
I wasn't
no,
finished.
I'm going to ask you. I got to
Okay.
get because
You've asked me
I
multiple-
can't let this niceness throw me off.
Yeah,
When a
I'm
woman is-
struggling
when a
that
woman
you're
is
bothered by
fighting,
it.
because you said you teach femininity.
I
when
do.
a woman is fighting,
Women
do you
shouldn't
say
fight.
that's manly or
It
do you
is.
say it's feminine?
It's
So,
very
If
masculine.
it's manly,
It
they
is.
are warriors
Yes.
today, and they don't have to survive today. But in the past, when they were warriors, it's okay.
Let's be honest for a second. When we are talking about African female warriors, on top of my head, I can only think the Dahomey. Now, I am sure there are more than that, but let's be sincere. I don't think it's that many. And the reason that we remember African female warriors or female warriors in general is because they're the exception, not the rule. And if you think about it, without being so blinded by the ideology or the need to be right, you can understand why our female ancestors would not have been so eager to run into a battlefield to fight grown men with spears. But Napa, she's so triggered by the idea that Maggie teaches femininity that she will bring up anything.
Okay, if I may answer you. Sure. Again, we all do what we have to do to survive. There was a time when we had to grow our own crops and slaughter our own animals. I don't know if you're a mother. I'll speak for myself.
I
have
talking
two
about
boys.
warriors, not farmers, not husbandry.
If I may,
warriors.
If I may answer.
Sure, answer, please.
Okay. I think we dismissed farming very quickly here. And I think you're dismissing it because you're thinking of a kitchen garden and raising animals as pets. In still developing countries, in my countries, in the rural area, people are still growing their own crops and taking care of animals. And this is back-breaking work. It is not like all this. And again, bringing back warriors. Women do not need to do everything that men do. You know, maybe I'm triggered because I'm a village girl. I have slaughtered many chickens. I have farmed. It is back-breaking work.
I'm waiting.
I consider myself a very kind and nonviolent person. However, cross me about my boys, it'll be a very different story. So if you're in
what will you do?
whatever I have to, not in that moment.
So it's masculine to fight.
Absolutely.
Oh, so women can't fight.
I never said that. I never said that.
You did.
There
you
were
said
women.
It's masculine to fight.
It is masculine to fight.
So women can't fight or they're manly.
You can be a woman and have masculine
You have
moments.
a
I'll give you
minute.
an example. I'm a boy mom. There are times when I have to say, "Hey, get over here."
So you're manly.
In that moment, yes. But
so
when
why
I'm
are
with,
you teaching femininity if you're manly?
because my
So here, maybe it's because English is my second language, but I think that logic kind of failed me because I don't necessarily think that women can be masculine. I think we're very quick to call negative female traits masculine. So when a woman is being aggressive or when a woman is acting like not so sweet, not so kind, we tend to like group all of that and call it masculinity. But if women portray positive feminine traits, then that means that negative feminine traits exist. And the part over here is really just showing us what negative feminine traits look like. But Maggie is portraying positive female traits. You can listen to her. Even though, for example, even though I would tend to agree that femininity cannot be taught, I think what she teaches is like manners, how to be well behaved, how to be polite, how to be elegant, how to be composed. I would tell that I would be able to have a conversation, an easier conversation with Maggie than I would be able to breach anything with Napa.
here.
So you're manly.
In that moment, yes. But
So
when
why
I'm
are you
with,
teaching femininity if you're manly?
because my man
So
will
you
not
can
ha-
be manly when you need to, but
and
the
so
women who
can
are
you.
manly, they
And
can't.
no, absolutely. What I'm saying is the women who come to me want to be in a relationship with a masculine man. A masculine man requires a feminine woman, full stop. All right? So if you want to be with a masculine man, oftentimes women today do not realize how masculine they have become. I'll give you another real world example. I'm a former executive. When you have to lead people and manage budgets and do all these things with millions, you take on that masculine energy and you don't know sometimes how to turn it off and be nice and sweet when you're in a nurturing mode, when you're with your husband.
Who's the governor of that? Who decides? You?
And also maybe
Because
it's
you're a
because I don't
femininity
understand
coach. So you
this
decide
energy.
that when women are ready to be manly, they can be manly. You're calling it man. You call it manly to be assertive. You call it manly.
It is.
See. So you can decide because you're
For
the man,
me.
but you're. There are so many women. There's
And not
billions
every
of people.
and not
You-
everybody is my
so
student.
How do you get to be an authority on who's feminine and who's not?
I'm not the authority
you
for
just said you're a
everyone.
femininity coach.
I am. When women come
So you're
to
not
me
an authority. So I
because
shouldn't
they
listen to you.
no, you shouldn't.
Okay,
Because they
no one
want
should-
what I
no one should
have.
listen to you.
No.
Thank you. She said it. one
No.
should. So
I
you're
said
not-
She obviously knows a lot about femininity, especially I would call her, she's very classy, she's very elegant. You can listen to her, she's very soft-spoken. She actually explains her position better. All you're doing is like interfering, making sure she doesn't talk, and it's because you're so triggered. You would probably benefit from her class.
So you don't know
You-
anything about femininity because femininity isn't being nice and sweet. And guess what? Femininity is about fighting because
I disagree.
Because guess what? Females, lions, fight to the death while the male sits back. Women
Not lions.
and mothers, like you said, fight for their children. You said it's manly to fight.
It
so
is.
You're not. Which one is it?
Nobody is feminine 100% of the time. And if a man,
Exactly.
if a man loses a family member and he is heartbroken and crying, that is not a masculine moment. That is
I think we need to redefine all of. We need to redefine that crying is not being masculine. We need to redefine that being fighting isn't not being feminine. That's the problem. It's a social thing.
You can define it however you want to. All I'm saying is there is a natural biology.
So is it
Wow,
wrong?
you really
No,
interrupting
is it wrong for your
She cannot let Maggie speak. Since Maggie tried to even say that she teaches femininity, it got her triggered something serious. I honestly don't think that crying is that big of a deal. I don't think that a lot of people cry all the time. And I think there's this idea that women should cry. Adults should not constantly crying, but crying when something serious has happened is not that big of a deal.
sons to cry if
Absolutely
their
not.
turtle dies?
Absolutely
And if
not.
is it wrong if your son gets hit by another person, he cries, and they say you're a sissy?
That's
By
absolutely
your
wrong.
standards, he's being feminine crying.
If
right?
he's a boy, that's expected. If he's a man, absolutely
so
not.
if
He'll
a
defend.
man gets punched in the face and
He's
going
gonna
to
punch you back.
So wait, men can't cry?
I never said that.
Yes, you
Are
just
you
did.
listening?
You
No.
just said it.
I said we are not masculine 100% of the time,
Yeah.
and we are not feminine
And
100% of the
who's gonna
time.
govern that?
Whatever outcome the woman wants, the women that come to me, because you said I shouldn't be
She
the
didn't
authority.
say that.
I am not the authority. I am just a mom on the internet.
Right.
But women come to me because they want what I have. They see something in me that they do not see in somebody like you.
Oh,
And they
really?
say, you know what, Maggie, I would love to have a relationship like yours.
Mm.
I would love to be able to communicate like you. I would like to be able to keep my composure
And
like
that makes
you.
sense.
I would love to be able to have respective men that do not know me. How can I do that? I see.
Give them everything you got, then, because the only way you can do it. Because no matter what you do, hold up, you just said they come to you and they say, look, everything that you got. So if you want to help them, give them everything that you got.
I do.
Hold up.
She's very dignified before we even entertain the character. She's very dignified, and she's right. She is only communicating with people who come to her asking her to teach them to be more like her. What is wrong with that? Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. She's not saying every woman in the world, you need to be like me. She's saying the women who come to me, they see her content or they see who she is and they want to be like her. So they come to her and she coaches them. End of story.
No, give them everything. You should have nothing left for yourself.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, if you gave them everything, if they like everything that you like, if I like your shirt and you
Yes.
give me your shirt, you
Yeah.
have no other shirt.
Right.
Or if you gave me a shirt right now, you'd be shirtless.
That is true.
So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that you are fighting for things. And listen, I sit up and talk. You're beautiful. I love you. I love everything you said. I'm gonna say this. I cry all the time. I cry before I started
You're not.
this.
You're masculine.
Right,
Feminine.
but I'm masculine and femininity. They
He actually makes less sense now than he did before. If you're a coach, if you're a teacher, if you're a professor, do you give people everything you have or you just teach them to be like you? Like, it doesn't make sense. He is so triggered as well by the idea that she teaches femininity that he's going to just say anything.
all the time. I cry before I started
You're not.
this.
You're masculine.
Right,
Feminine.
but I'm masculine and femininity. They exist
I
together.
would not have guessed that he
it's
cries.
It's called
It-
polarity.
it's
We
both.
do agree.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's both. But I don't want a woman. Like, a lot of men want a submissive woman. I don't want a submissive woman. I don't
'Cause
like-
you're not
I
a
don't- I don't
masculine
wanna
man.
Oh, listen. Let me tell you this. 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 I'm something that you probably don't understand, right? A masculine man
right.
is going to tell you what to do. They're going to attach you. They're going to try to hold you down. Listen to me. Hold up. Listen to me. I exist in both. I'm both masculine and feminine, right? Because I understand the duality of both. I understand that my mind have a left and a right side. I activate them both, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to say this. I'm not here to tell you what you should do, right? I'm not going to define what's masculinity to you and what it's not. But I don't want a submissive woman, because once you tell a woman to submit to you, that's me telling the woman that I'm above her. I'm not above no woman. Hold up. If that's the case, when a child come out, then the mother should automatically submit to the child if the child is a male. Hold up, because you're suggesting that I am above you, right? That
My
you
man
should,
is.
Hold up. Listen, I'm gonna say this. You're in prison, and listen, and I'm gonna say this. And
I'm
your man,
happy.
listen to me. You're in prison.
I'm
Your man
not.
is fine what you do, and that's a life that you shouldn't want to live.
You're
right?
wrong.
Because you have been programmed to believe that submitting is something that you want to do, but in
I
reality, in your
disagree
mind,
with
listen, let me tell you
you.
something. Right now, know what you're doing right now? You're wearing what they call a mask. Right now, you're doing this. I disagree
Then
with
who's-
you.
then
Hold on,
who's the real me?
Oh, I could just ask your husband. He'll tell you when you're mad. Yeah. That's what you do, and that's who the fuck you is. And you want to sit here and act like that's not who the fuck you
Excuse me.
is. Shut the fuck up talking when I'm talking. Don't you fucking talk again. Why the fuck are you talking?
No.
Why are you talking?
Because
Shut
I
the
can't.
fuck up.
Are you going to be disrespectful? I was respectful to
There
you.
you go. It's not about respect. It's the fact that you
But
was
did I answer
you're still
you?
holding in. No, you're still holding in. I disrespected
Because
you.
it's called
You should stand up
composure.
for yourself. No.
No.
You should stand up for yourself. No.
No.
You're bottling it in. When you leave, you know what you're going to say? That motherfucker in there yelling at me. He's doing all this shit.
I
You're
don't
gonna
have
release.
to say. I don't have to say it because you made
a great point.
You made
You're not being yourself.
He thinks that standing up for yourself is standing up and arguing with this crackhead. You know, they say in the village, when you and the village madman are fighting, it's very hard to distinguish who is the crazy one. She knows she's safe. You're not going to do anything to her. But for him, the idea that you can be composed, the idea that you can have emotional maturity, the idea that you can still remain polite, the way that she carries herself with such dignity, for him, he finds that she is faking. She is lying. This cannot really be the true her. The true her has to be like savage.
Self.
You don't know
I'm sorry
me.
No,
You don't know me at
I know you're a
all.
human being, and I know that the way you're reacting to someone doing that is not natural.
It's called composure.
No, it's called you're being. You're, ma'am.
Who
and-
is
and-
shaking? Oh, she's shaking?
You.
I'm sorry that.
Like this. You're angry a minute.
I am not angry because I don't respect you.
He's very surprised that she's able to remain composed and able to handle herself. And so he thinks this is not really the real her. My experience, people who don't have manners just assume that this is how everybody else is behaving. Like it's completely okay as an adult to shout at other people, to lose composure, to not be able to handle your emotion, to not be able to communicate properly, to not use your words and resort to like not violence, but slamming the table and trying to like get someone to be scared. Honestly, this is not adults. Adults are able to remain composed. Maggie is right. She doesn't have to fight you or stoop to your level.
I don't respect you.
There's nothing wrong with being angry.
I don't respect you.
Lower you respect it. You can't get respect. Listen,
You can shout at me, but I don't
never
even
shouted.
know you. You shouted at me and you slammed the table.
You tried to
I-
try to get her to shake, to intimidate her because you're so triggered.
I said you're not a masculine man. Yeah,
hold on.
that's
Everything that you said was disrespect, but you, listen, everything I said to you was polite, was giving you,
You
nothing
did.
but love, right? But the moment I said something you didn't like, you're gonna say that disrespect, but you never acknowledged when I said something good to you.
But you said you
never
loved-
acknowledged it.
No.
Hold up, stop. Let
I
me
said
see.
thank-
Hold up. You never acknowledged when I said something good to you, but the moment I say something you don't like, you acknowledge that. But that's how people is in the
I
world.
did
They
thank you.
acknowledge what's bad. They never acknowledge what they could figure is good.
Okay, may I
Right?
speak?
Why should I allow you to speak when you won't even accept my kindness?
I did. When you gave me the compliment, I said thank you, but you told me you loved me, and I said you don't even know
Define
me.
love. Define love. Love is both. Listen, I'm saying this. You don't think you know love. I don't know. I know you don't know love because love is both.
I am so
listen,
loved.
If you were so loved, then everybody you love, you never was mad at.
That's not true.
So love exists.
Mad is an emotion.
So love exists, and all the emotions exist inside love.
I
So you
would
can't
disagree
determine
with
whether I
you.
love you or not.
I would.
Oh my God. What are you talking about? I think he thinks by showering someone with compliments and trying to tell her that she's divine, that is respect. That is not respect. That is simping. Simping is not respect. Just because she could not agree that she is divine and all women are perfect, it does not mean then you turn and if you wanted to really respect her, you should have continued speaking to her in a good tone, in a normal tone.
Than someone you don't love. Take your children, right? If your children disobey you, if you see a kid acting out in the store, falling out, you're like, well, there they go. But if you see your kid misbehaving, you're even angrier because you want a better outcome for them.
Your
Because
decide. If I
You're
see my kid
tag
fall, I'm
teamed
not
her
gonna think
and you
that.
still
You're trying
lost
to
the
make
game.
me
That's
in your
fair.
reality. This is what I'm saying. Love is unconditional. It no matter what you do to me.
I disagree.
No matter what you do to me, no matter what I do to you, love will still be there, right?
Yeah.
That's true love.
Yeah.
That's true love,
Yeah.
right? Fake love become determined by you do this, I give you love. You do this, I give you this, right? That's fake. Real love exists inside of everything if it's real love.
I agree, but I do think it has to be earned, and I think it has to be
I
maintained.
ain't earning no love from nobody.
That's fine.
Because like if you got to earn it, you gonna have to continue earning it.
Does a newborn have to earn love when it comes out of your womb?
For children, it's different.
So,
However,
you have standard. You see how you have different.
no, but thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I was just going to say this.
Why
I
is it
focus on
different?
I focus on relationships, children aside, right? Because they come how they come, right? That's just again my faith, the purity of a baby being born.
You love your friends differently than you would love your spouse, than you would love your children. That's how I feel. It is so hard to follow his thinking because it is so jumbled up and all over the place. And you guys tag teamed Maggie, and she still won the debates hands down because she was able to remain composed. She was able to still think with all of the interference. And guys, this is what I was talking about. These two people are triggered by the idea that she teaches femininity, or in their mind, they feel like she teaches positive femininity, right? But the way that they express aggression towards her is very different. Napa was being very mocking how she's sweet and kind. She's very dismissive of her. Nobody should listen to you. She has backhanded compliments. Well, Ankh over here, he just became violent. He just hit the table and tried to intimidate and scare her, just to show her like, oh, this is who you really are. You should be ratchet and fight me. That is what I feel like he wanted. But I am just going to leave it there. I'm going to link the whole video below. Go and watch the whole debate. It doesn't get more unhinged than this, but it is pretty unhinged. Maggie, she reminds me of this, that older African woman who has wisdom, who is sweet, who makes like the nice chapatis, and she always has a kind word, and she always has like wisdom to impart. And even though, like I said, I don't necessarily think femininity can be taught, I think she's teaching manners. I can tell that I would be able to listen to Maggie for hours. You would be able to disagree with her, and she would still remain respectful. While I feel these two characters, if you're not just clapping and saying yes, 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 they will slam the table at you. But that will be it on this video, this Ellie Reacts, guys. So what did you think about this debate? Do you agree with the two characters, or are you with like Maggie and you're like, you know what, Maggie, honestly, you remind me of my aunt. You don't deserve this. You deserve much better.